You cannot work between the Gentile people. So what I did is, I had a small apartment. I went to a Gentile owner from a store, and it was plenty business because the Germans they were buying up everything. So I took the work home. I used to work at home, and I used to carry him always to the guy, and he paid me. Once it happened, I had a pair of boots. I made them home, and when I finished them, I shined them up very nice, and I was going through the main. I lived in Prague 12. The Jewish community is downtown in Meisel Street, and the boss who I worked for was in the Paris Street. That was right next block to the Jewish community house. And I had to go through the whole, through Times Square over here. They call it Warszawski Namysty, they call it there. So an assessment in uniform comes over to me, and I had the star already. Right away they put stars on us. He says to me, "Where are you going with that?" I said, "I'm going to my boss to give it to him. I made it." He says, "Give me that." I says, "Oh no, you can't get it from me. You want to get it? Come with me to the boss. Let him give it to you. It's not mine. I can give you somebody else's stuff." He was walking with me. It's like almost a mile, and he was walking with me, and he came to the boss. The boss saw an assessment comes in. He got white at the wall. He got scared to death, but he didn't speak English, German. I says, "Don't get excited. Don't worry. Just tell him who it belongs. Take out the sheet, show him to who it belongs, and if he wants something, let him get a permit." So he tells him in Czech, and I translate it in German. So I put on peps on it, you know. I put it stronger than he told me. So I told the assessment, "Listen, you're an assessment. You're a responsible person. Do you want to break the law? Do you? I mean, you know, they're higher authorities, you know. This is the general brokerage. You know who that is?" Yeah, he told me. So I says, go over there and there. I told him where to go, and you get a permit, and you come here, we make you the same boot. No problem. If you get a permit, we get merchandise, and we could make it for you. He picked himself up and went away. the boss, you know, that Czech, turned around to me after he left, says, "Where are you getting those guys?" He was so bad. Why you going to be in trouble? Gentlemen are sitting in civil, in regular suits, and they want to order a pair of shoes. And I walk in on that. He can't talk to them. He don't know what he wants. He says, "Could you tell him that I take care of them?" I says, "Yeah." I told him he doesn't know German, but he takes care of you. The two guys says, "Why don't you take care of us and you explain what we want?" The measurement for them, and I write down their name, and I tell them, "Listen, this and this, you make them, and this how they want it." And one guy turns around to me, "And what are you?" I says, "I'm a Jew." And they said to each other quietly that the circumstances brings people like that. I don't know who they were, but they were Germans. With me to work for the Germans. We were 4 guys who was working for the Germans. So they gave us a better apartment. They took us out from there, and we lived in 2 guys lived in one of the stores from this town.
What work were you doing?
shoes for the Germans. They call it economically important. Assessment? I didn't expect an assessment there. So he said, I stand up like a soldier, you know, and I says, I'm a shoemaker and I would like to go to work in the shoe business. I'm an expert. He says to me, do you know how to make shafts? I says, a little bit. He says, good. The assessment goes and opens the windows and was in this, with a big snow out there, outside. And you know, you can work when its windows are open, so we stand up. It didn't bother him, we stand up. Outside was two girls walking on the snow, I don't know where they were going there, there was a ladies' camp not far. He says, are you a Jewish? Send me a pair of shoes. We have getting frozen here, we have no shoes on. And I didn't think where I am. I forgot myself. I picked up my shoes and threw them out. She said, thank you. And all of a sudden the assessment saw it. He came from the back and gives me a zest in the head. I thought my head is flying on the other side. And that was nothing. So he started kicking me and beating me. I didn't scream. I didn't say nothing. I just held together myself. And then he took the hammer, he wanted to hit me. I figured, this is going to be the end of it. And as he wanted to hit me, the capo was Polish. He came over, he took of him the hammer, and he says to him, I'm gonna punish him. And he spit on me, he walked away. In that moment, when he walked away, the Polak came over to me. He spoke a perfect Czech language. He says to me, I knew a lot of Czech people, but such a stupid like you, I never saw one. He was right.